What's going on, guys? This is the DeFi Crypto Alliance show where we are doing our best to be the bridge between our fellow real estate investors, entrepreneurs alike, and the cryptocurrency world, where we get to spend all of our time with all of you, fine ladies and gentlemen, because crypto is the biggest opportunity over the next few years, and it's not even close. So, welcome along the journey. We're pumped to have you guys. Corey, take it away.
Good morning, Hexakins. We are pumping again, and we are super excited, guys, because it's looking like we are getting leg 2 on the way up from the bottom. We went up to about that 3015, had a nice retracement back, touched down at sack price, and it looks like we're starting to heat up again. I could be wrong. It's not financial advice. Go buy bonds, like Sami always says. But it looks like we are starting to take off again. If you guys go look at the price charts, I'm talking about like EHEX, PHEX, PulseX, Pulse, all of them have these massive bull flags that have formed on the daily. And now we're starting to get a green candle, on the daily. Is that going to be our breakout? Does that mean we're going to go to leg 2 up? Or we're going to see new all-time highs on the short term, maybe not the long term, but on the short term. And it's just super, super exciting, guys, because the whole ecosystem is moving and popping everywhere. I mean, even like little coins like Mintra and other there we go. Dane's got the chart up. You can see that green candle kind of popping up. It's trying to break out. If you actually drew the lines, it probably would look like it is breaking out. And so
look at this. We're right at the top of this liquidity zone over here. It's trying to move up past it.
There'll be a little bit of resistance there. And if we get past that, man, I think that's it. I think it's going to go and do its next leg up. Leg number 2 is what I think is going to happen, because, I mean, we needed a cool off time from that. I mean, that's an explosive move, man. There from the bottom up to the basically goes 30, I think 15 on Pulse is where we hit. That's an explosive move on this blue chip asset, and especially the time period we did it in, man, it was massive. Like, that was like, it was so much fun. We were all euphoric and screaming on here. It was just great. And we needed to cool down, man. We needed to cool down. I didn't know how much of a cool down we'd get. We even said on the show that's possible we could have touched that second pocket of liquidity down in the Pulse chart there, where you see those 2 red candles on the way up. It could have gone down to that. It's looking less likely. We are going to do that now, though. I just, that's my prediction. Not financial advice. Go buy bonds, like I say, like Sami always says. I have no idea, but man, it is super exciting. I saw Bitcoin's is pumping today. There's Tether minted 1 billion Tether this morning, and that 1 billion went into Bitcoin. And so this could have been like our cool down. The cool down that we needed for Bitcoin. We saw the big buy the rumor, sell the news. Well, the sell the news part in these last couple of weeks as the BTC ETF got approved. Super exciting for that. Even though it's kind of against everything Satoshi wanted Bitcoin for, but whatever. We have PulseChain. Like, I don't care. Like, go pump those bags all the wrong way. So that way my bags get pumped in PulseChain. And so, I mean, Dane, did that candle grow while we're sitting here watching it? It looks like it's grown.
I mean, this is I've got my definitely like my bear market bias, right? Where I'm feeling more what's the word? I'm feeling more cautious than I have in times past with how I want to DCA and put in money. So I've got, not a ton, but a little on the side. I was hoping to get some more red to be able to buy, but yeah, I'm with you. I mean, we got a little bit of a breakout here. I'm curious to see if we can go and retest the all-time high. These two. Let me move my cursor.
Not me, man. I'll tell you what I did.
And test these couple of candles here.
I think we will
see where we're at. Yeah, what happens?
Yeah, it could range here, Dane.
Right.
It could range back and forth here and create a channel. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'll tell you what I did. I came home yesterday from the event. It was late last night, and I checked the chart. So you see that last candle before today's candle, that doji candle? Mm-hmm. It's like usually when you have a doji candle, that means indecision. It means it could go up and go down. But being that we have the bull flag.
This little guy right here?
Yeah. Yep. That means indecision in markets. But with the bull flag, that means a move. This is TA, and I have no idea. That usually means a move in the market is coming. And so I went and bought some speculative stuff. You know, I bought my Mintra position back. I didn't buy it all back. I bought half of it back, to be honest with you. I bought half of that back. And then I bought my pulse pot position back. And I did a great trade on that one, dude. It mooned right after it came out. I made like a double on my sack.
Whoa.
I sold, and then and now it's back down in the gutter again. I bought it back. I bought my position back. I was like, well, screw it. I'm gonna buy it back. So these are my plays, my lottery plays on Pulse, my leverage positions, on Pulse and Hex. And so yeah, I'm like, screw it. I'm gonna put a few bullets in here and see if I can acquire more Pulse with these assets. That's always the end game for me, guys, is how can I acquire more Pulse? Even with my Hex, guys. I know a lot of you guys love the Hex. I love the Hex. I have some long-term stakes, but I have a bag of Hex on the short term that is to accumulate more Pulse with. That is my end game always. I love Hex. I mean, I love Pulse. Pulse is my number one. Hex is my number two. So don't get me wrong, guys. Pulse Hex is my number three. In fact, I love Pulse so much, guys. I even got the Pulse badge. Credit out to Matty Allen. Matty Allen is the one who's doing this and put this all together for Twitter, where you can get a Hex badge or a Pulse badge. Cost a few bucks. No big deal on that. And I sent him some USDL. He's out of pocket way more than I am. He's not even making money on this. He's just trying to break even on what it costs to pay Twitter. But you get a little Pulse badge next to your name, which is really cool. And then you're supposed to get twice as much the engagement. Who knows if that happens or not? I'm glad to participate and be part of the community and the ecosystem and try to add value where I can for a few dollars. I was like, all right, it's a no-brainer. I'll do it, bro. I send it over, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yep, let's do it. It's exciting.
I love that chart, Jane. God, I love that chart. That makes me so bullish right now.
Oh man, yeah, I'm with you. I need to go. Yeah, spend some more bullets today. Get some more. I'd like to speculate a little bit more with a little bit of money that I have left. And so yeah, I'll make
some good stuff in the ecosystem that has some lottery plays that are still pretty depressed.
Agreed. Yeah, and this is a good one. I mean, we've been talking about Tetra for months.
I love Tetra.
Tetra's still cheap in respect to Pulse. In fact, let's go ahead and pull that one up really quick. I want to have a look.
Yeah, let's take a look at it, man. I love Tetra because it's still undervalued because the protocol is not out yet. But here's the thing, guys, and me and Dane actually talked about this at our last event we spoke at, because real estate guys can't comprehend this, but you guys can. Where real estate, you want to wait for verification and due diligence on the asset class or maybe the founder. And it's like, you want to go through the reps and see the experience with him and what money he's made for other investors. Well, the problem with crypto is you can't do that. Like, if I want to wait to Tetra actually proves itself to be they're delivering what they promised to deliver, then by the time they do that, then the train's left the station. Right. And so you have to accumulate these things with a little bit of faith. You can do some due diligence on the founder still, of course. You can still see if there's a community, of course. Have they built something before? Tetra has now. They have the ominous deck, so they have something given to the community. And so, you have to do what you can, but you still have to come into this stuff with a little bit of faith. Because if Tetra delivers what they're promising, the full picture of the automation of DeFi, this chart that you're looking at here is going to be looking way different when you want to go and invest, because you're like, oh, this thing's a cool protocol. How do I invest in it? Well, yeah, go invest on the massive God candle that has been printed because they delivered what they promised. And so it's kind of the cart before the horse thing with this stuff, and it's hard even for us because in our where we come from in real estate, we're always doing due diligence and trying to make sure that whoever is running these real estate deals or syndications or funds, do they have a track record? Have they made people money? How has the assets performed that they have made money on? And so Crypto's a little bit different. You got to go in with some faith, man. You got to go
You
with
do.
some faith and some belief. I
If you
mean,
want the upside, right, exactly.
you want the
And
upside. Like no one told you, or I mean, we can speculate, but no one thought like RH would start spending some sack money. Not that it was RH, maybe some duck, Greg the Duck, or some other entity would be spending millions of dollars to buy up funds of massive wealth. Like we don't know that's gonna happen. And the problem is you wait till after. It's like, oh well, now you're gonna buy, on top of that green candle. So it's tough.
And it's interesting looking at the Tetra chart in relation to Pulse. I mean, you can see down here, this is kind of where it found a floor. Here, I'll zoom in. This is where it found a floor in the early days when PulseChain launched. And then you're seeing, if we draw our trend line, we got a touch right over here. We got another touch right here. And it's, like it's hanging down right in these zones. In fact, that's probably a place I can go beef up my bag. I'm pretty happy with my position in that platform. But man, you look at some of the stuff where you want to speculate, and there's not a ton of there's a lot of stuff that's already kind of blasted off in relation to Pulse. This is one of the places that I like a lot that has not. So maybe I'll go and beef this one up.
So what you could do, Dane, and this is not financial advice, of course, right? This never is, but this is what I would do if it's me, and I was looking to places to speculate on. Remember, at the end of the movie, what is our main goal? Usually is to get more Pulse. You have your long-term HODL bag of Tetra, right? And you're like, okay, I got that. I'm happy with my position. Maybe you buy a short-term trade.
Oh, yeah. A position you could rotate if you wanted.
So it touches that trend line. Maybe Tetra launches some news, right? Say, oh, we're going to launch the new DeFi. I can't remember what they called it. There's a name for it. The new DeFi automation platform's coming out. And then obviously you can see a big green candle on the chart. You use whatever you bought now as your to get more Pulse bag on a 2-3x, and then you just rotate back into Pulse. I mean, that's gonna be one thing that you do. So basically, it is a trader bag. But like you said, a lot of stuff has taken off, and there are still few select coins or protocols that are depressed against Pulse. Right. I think this is one of them, man. This wouldn't be a bad play if you were trying to acquire more Pulse.
Agreed. No, I think that's a great point. Yeah, I'm with you. So you guys, make your own financial decisions. This is one we've talked about a lot, that we have ownership and full perspective. We are holders here, and you guys make your own.
We're definitely holders. I'm in for it, man. Yeah. I like Tetra. I hope they can pull it off, and I think they will. I think Stu's a good guy, and the team is good over there. They got a great community, man. That little niche community they got in there are some big brain people too, attracting like Red Squirrel and Niels for T-shares, and these guys Crystal Sloth, these guys who have massive brains in the DeFi world and passive income, and it's fun.
This is great. Laugh my butt off seeing you guys trying to onboard the co-founder of the Medellin cartel to Hex PulseChain.
We're working on it, but
yeah, and we have an event at his house. We're literally going to go stay at his house here in about a couple of months, and have a mastermind over there, which will be a ton of fun. What a cool story! If you guys don't know about Jorge Valdez, Corey and I were at an event this weekend, hanging out with Jorge and some other real estate investors. He's pretty private at this point. He doesn't do a lot of stuff outside of his mission to get his book into more prisons. So long story short, Jorge has a wild story where he came from wealth, and then his family moved to the United States to nothing. He gives a funny story where they would go and typically eat a meal a day, or maybe it's 2 meals a day, breakfast and a dinner. And at school, he would be eating lunch. And he had a friend that would come to school and have the sandwich for lunch. And he said he would have killed to have a sandwich at lunch as well. And so he was talking to this friend, and he said, how do you get a sandwich for lunch? And his friend said, oh, we get these cool things called food stamps that allow us to be able to have food for lunch. And so he said that he felt like he'd found this just pivotal piece of information. And so he went to his dad and he said, Dad, we could get these things called food stamps so we could eat during lunch as well. And his dad said, oh, food stamps are for poor people. And he says, what? We're not even poor yet? I can't imagine what being poor must feel like. And he said, no, we're not, we may not have money, but we have each other, which is cool. And so he went from that background to ending up in the cartel because these guys were the ones that he met that were making money, to being tortured, to, you know, to wanting nothing but to be out of the life. Ended up being up against a 4-year life sentence, or 4-time life sentence. And by the grace of God, ended up not having to serve that thing. He's out now, and his mission, he wrote a book about his story, and his mission is to provide hope and inspire inmates in the prison system. And he uses pretty well, sounds like all of his money, or just about all of it, in order to fund that venture. So that's pretty cool. We get to go hang out with him in his house in a month or two. And all of the proceeds that he raised for that mastermind will go towards putting more books in the prison system to help inspire, which is really freaking cool. So we got some big people we're working on to bring in the ecosystem, which is a ton of fun.
And if we don't bring him in, he's going to have, you know, probably anywhere from 15 to 20 high net worth individuals in the room. We'll bring some of those guys in, guys. Maybe, I mean, we'll try to bring him in. I know he said he owns some Bitcoin and Ethereum or something. He put it in a cold wallet and he's just like handing it to his kids. I'm not sure if we can like convince him to kind of like
that stack. Yeah.
Yeah. If we could convince him to kind of open that can back up and add some more assets in. I don't know. We'll see. But like I said, at the very least, we'll onboard some people, you know, in his circle at the mastermind, which will be really cool.
Yep, absolutely. Do we have an event, Corey, in Houston in February?
Yes, we have the PulseChain real estate event on February 17th in Houston. Actually, it sounds like it's coming together pretty well. They've been selling out these events. And this one's good because the people they're going through, they're marketing to all the real estate investors in the area to fill this event out. So Dane, this actually might be a really good one to come and just go and do our normal song and dance. I'm thinking this is going to be, yeah, it's on a 17th. We could do like a 1 day, or we could fly in and out. So if you guys are in town of Houston, try to make it to this event. You're going to see pretty much the presentation that we give to our real estate audience everywhere we go to onboard. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited for this. Yeah. So that's the only event I think we have in February. March, we're packed. We got a lot of stuff going on in March, but yeah, so this will be good. And my goal is to be, after this event, this is when I'm going back to the island. That's going to be my, probably the week after this event, I'm going to head back to Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, and then March is freaking nuts. So
yeah, March is nuts already, dude. We're trying to join this other mastermind, guys, with like 80 to 100 high net worth individuals where they go out on yachts every single month. And I've been talking to him this morning, and it's going to be super cool if we can get into that group. A lot of money, you know. You want to go tap into where this money's at, guys. You know, these guys have a lot more money than us, and we like that. We never want to be the richest people or the smartest people in our group or in our influence. We want to be the dumbest and sometimes the brokest. I mean, when I'm out in Puerto Rico, hanging out at my buddy's house in Puerto Rico, I'm usually the brokest as far as my bags. I'm like, you guys, just stop talking.
Stacks on stacks, right? Yeah, I mean, this is a great comment. If you guys see us, like seriously, if you come and see us,
why don't you say hi?
Yeah, don't hesitate to reach out. We're always busy, but don't let that be an excuse to reach out. We want to connect with you guys. Make sure you come bug us.
I remember when I was hanging out in the Miami airport, I was there for like 2 hours. I got pretty early to my flight. I was on the phone a lot. I remember I was walking around the phone. Yeah, anytime you see us, man, come say hi. We want to meet you guys. You guys are our audience. You're our tribe. Let's connect if you're in real life. So if you come to the Houston event, that would be awesome. Come and shake your hands, and let's go out and have dinner that night, and let's talk crypto, and we can even talk a little bit of real estate, even though it's not really our shtick right now. It is our shtick, but not really at the same time. It's like, but yeah, let's hang out. And it's
interrupt a call, interrupt a conversation. We want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, we don't care.
Good. Yep, you're good. Good question. Yeah, what do you mean on the short term? I think Corey did a pretty good job. If you need more clarification on this one, yeah, you can have bags that, you know, you're holding the whole bull cycle. You could have bags that you have a more short term play with. Lots of different opportunities. So depending upon your strategy.
It's a trader mindset. I'm not a trader by any stretch of the measure, but all these other third-party protocols eventually will be going into Pulse. Like my main mission is how much Pulse can I acquire? Like that's what I want to do. It's like the old Ethereum guys. The Ethereum guys back in the day, like one of my friends out in Puerto Rico, can't mention his name, but he's a freaking awesome guy. He was a day one Genesis Ethereum well. And so like his only mission through the cycles was, how can I acquire more Ethereum? How can I acquire more Ethereum? That's his thought process always. And he's done really well for himself. He's moved out to Puerto Rico and started buying $1 million houses with cash. The guy is like, he's
not too shabby. Yeah.
Not too shabby. And so like, this is the mindset I want to bring in for my PulseChain journey. Like PulseChain is my main store of value. I know most of you guys will say Hex. Hex is my second for me. I love Hex. Love it. PulseChain is the layer one. So I'm like, how can I get more of that through my journey? And there's short-term and midterm and even long-term plays you can do that. And so that's what I mean by that. So like buying a small separate bag of Tetra when it goes up a 2 or 3x against Pulse. Well, so say you spend $1,000 buying that little bag, that trader bag. It goes up a 3x. Well, now you just got $3,000 worth of Pulse for $1,000. That's what I mean by that. Hope that helps a little bit clarify it.
Yeah, that was good. As far as, let me grab, where did that go?
Man, who's got this name, dude? Back the old Corey would love this name. The new Corey don't like it too much. The old Corey would have been all about this. I'm just telling you. Back in the day.
This is a good question. Vegas in March. What's in
that's the PulseChain tour.
We're not gonna be in Vegas. We're gonna be in
one.
New Orleans. We're gonna be in Florida twice.
Yes. Maybe thrice.
Maybe if we join that other group.
Dates are lined up right.
We're not literally. That's a week of events back to back to back with our 3 that we've got already.
I can only do the Houston.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. I'm flying in there and I'm speaking at it, so it's gonna be fun. And I hope if you guys can make it, please make it. I would love to meet you in person. I can't do the Vegas this time around. And there's other ones too. He's going all over the freaking United States, which is awesome. Right. Kudos to him. And by the way, guys, we're gonna have him on our show this week. RG3, they reached out to me. They want to come back on the show.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Speaking at it. He wants to talk about the event, get the word out. I'm all about it. I want to see for our event. I want to see real estate investors who are no coiners there, and I want to see you guys there too, for we can hang out and network.
Right. As far, gosh dang it, I saved it somewhere. Somebody was asking about the Tetra leagues. What do you need in order to be a shark? We can go calculate that.
I have an estimate.
Do you have it off the cuff?
Yes, I do. I do believe 1.2 million. And I see Sloth in the chat. Sloth, correct me if I'm wrong. 1.2 million is a dolphin. So that would mean 120,000 or shark. I'm sorry, 1.2 million is a shark.
Okay.
120,000 is a dolphin. And then you can go down, 12,000 squid. And correct me if I'm wrong there, Sloth. Or no, maybe it is 12 million.
I think it's 12 million.
I'm off by one decimal there. I'm off by one decimal. Please go do your own due diligence, guys, and research on this stuff. I think it is 12 million is a shark, 1.2 million dolphin. This is correct. Yeah, this is correct. And then so forth. And if you want to be a whale, So no, Sloth. This is for Tetra, the Tetra protocol. So I think it's Icosa, man. I don't. Here's the thing with Icosa, guys. There it is, right there. Fast Abdul's got it. This is a shark. So that means 1.2 million or 1.2504 million is a dolphin. and then the 125,000 is squid and so forth. It'd be a
So
whale.
in USD at today's pricing, that's 10.5. So you got to be in a $10,500
short
roughly
for 10 racks. If you really believe in the protocol, like I said, go buy bonds. This is not financial advice. It's what we did. I believe in it. And if it comes to fruition, what they're promising, this to me, guys, is the sleeping giant, because it solves. Here's why. I see where in our group, in our real estate community that we built doing crypto, I saw where it's going to solve all their problems in the DeFi space, because these guys are busy. They're out there building $1 million businesses. Like, I saw where it solves that problem, and that's massive. And that's where money's made. That's where money's made, when you solve problems. So you're solving a really big problem on the blockchain here with this protocol. And so, yeah, they got to pull it off now. If they pulled off, holy crap, hold on to your shorts.
Yeah, agreed. This is cool. I didn't know Brett came from the real estate space. A fellow real estate brother. Welcome along on the journey, man. It's going to be wild. That's cool. Very cool. And apologies for being a little bit late today. That was my fault. I had an onboarding call. We're getting one of our guys wrapped in. We're freaking on the call. We're on the call. We're setting up his OX Coast account. He has an entity account that he needs to set up so he can move money through a trust. So it took some more time. We got that all set up though. And he needed some information. So he's calling the company who helped him set this up. This is the conversation. He says, "Oh, I need my, I need my EIN number and the date of formation." And they say, "Oh, okay. Like, what do you need it for?" And I'm like, "Oh, here we go. This is gonna be interesting." And he says, "Oh, I'm gonna buy some crypto. I'm only gonna buy like 600." And he's like, $600? He said, "No, 600K." And the person on the other line, like, "Oh no, I would highly recommend against it. This and this and this." And he's giving him all the reasons, and I'm watching his face, and it's just a look of like utter determination and confidence. He's locked in. He's like, "I appreciate it. Need the EIN and the date of formation." I'm like, "Let's freaking go. We got this thing." I'm telling you, it's really interesting to educate somebody about the opportunity and see how it all works. Having the biggest freaking die holder in all of crypto buying the things that you like is just such a stupid marketing opportunity to be able to onboard people while we're still early. He's ready to rock. So we're gonna send it. It's gonna be fun.
That is a great story, man. And how many times do we hear that? Like, I remember so many times from Bank of America, they would always tell me, like, they'd call me when I wire money in, and they'd call me, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And they finally stopped calling me.
Oh, thank goodness. MFR, this is my money. Send it.
Yeah, I can send a wire, and it's like they don't call me anymore. And I'm like, man, just God, guys, it is my money. I'll spend it how I want. Thank you very much. In fact, you are the reason why I'm getting into crypto. Because of you, trying to keep my money. That's why I'm getting the crypto. So it's like, man, that's awesome. And that's in a retirement account. Is that what that is?
So he has one of those trust accounts, a spendthrift trust account that people are using in order to mitigate taxes. Yeah.
Got it. That's great.
Yep. Had another call with the doctor this morning. He's got stacks of cash. This guy, really cool guy. We're talking about his practice. He's got this 7-acre orchard that he was telling me about that they're cultivating and working on, and they want to send it. So we've spent some. He's taken some additional education. He's very intelligent. Wants some more understanding of what's going on. So I spent a handful of calls with him. And he's like, "Yeah, let's go ahead and I'll watch the replay." I recorded the call, watch the replay tonight with my wife, and then I think we start tomorrow morning. I was like,
always with the wife.
Oh yeah, right. Right. Always the wife card, right?
Always the wife card, which is a good thing. I mean, happy wife, happy life, guys. I promise you that. I know I have a happy wife. So
yep, exactly.
And I'm a happy guy. So.
Yep, not too bad. What's up, Acidolia? Bribes are not everything, but they solve many problems.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, if you guys haven't heard of the Two Fucks protocol that Fast Abdullah is part of the team that they're building, go check it out. I think it's going to be really cool to be able to sell our bribes to whales that want them more. I'm really interested to see how that ecosystem comes into fruition. So we're here for it.
Yep.
This is such a good question. In fact, I was talking about this with the doctor that I was on a call with this morning. So the name of this is my approach, and of course, we don't give any financial advice. You do whatever is good for you. Do whatever's best for you. So we don't have to time the perfect bottom, nor do we have to time the perfect top. And if you're trying to do those two things, you're probably going to either get left behind near the bottom, you're going to be exit liquidity near the top. We do not want to be too greedy when it comes to our crypto holdings. And so I'm of the mindset that I would rather have more conservative targets that we ideally hit. I want to be paying attention to the S&P 500, where Bitcoin is at to determine how and when I'm going to exit my positions. So for instance, I feel pretty confident, and I could be wrong. You guys take everything we say with a grain of salt. But I feel pretty confident Bitcoin gets somewhere between 70 to 90K this cycle. And as it does, I want to pay attention to the S&P 500 and see what it's doing. And as the S&P 500 continues, if it's still running, then I feel like we still have room in crypto. If S&P 500, if it's starting to topple and Bitcoin is still, like reasonably strong within that 70 to 90, then it's time to be taking profits. And so I want to use a combination of dollar cost averaging my way out of positions, as well as single-sided liquidity to be able to exit those positions. If you want a single side exit your positions, you need to be earlier to putting your liquidity in so that you have time for price to move up through your range. But gosh, you can make fees in order to exit the market and maintain all of the buying power, all of your value in that position. But that's once again, you need to start earlier in the move so that the liquidity can move through your range. So I think that's our plan, and we can exit the market responsibly with our guys and help them do that. So that's what we'll be doing.
You hit the nail on the head. I can't even add to that. That was perfect. That's exactly what we're doing. That's how you educate them, Brett Stone. You've learned the hard way, unfortunately. Like we have, that's how it works, right? Like we got to learn one way or another. I did the same thing in real estate. On my third deal, I lost $250,000 in real estate. Wiped me out, completely wiped me out. But you learn, you grow, and you adjust and you pivot. Same thing. Now you could teach other real estate investors or teach family members your experience, the things that you learn, so they don't have to learn what you learned. They'll learn other things and they're going to fill out other things, but you can help them along that journey from your experience. That was perfect.
Yep, nailed it. We're about it. Connect us with the Saudis. We will be glad to get them back in, sir.
Get the Medellin cartel in first, and then we'll
get those guys in first.
They're related to Rackham and all that. I don't know. Let Rackham deal with that. That's his stick. We don't need to be in that mess.
I want all of them in. Bring them all back in.
I agree. I agree 120%. Let's get them all in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is such a great example. 420 racks into Hex. Watch it drop to 16. I put 100 in.
I did too.
Yeah, near that. We both put in about 100. Not quite at the top, but near it, and learned some good lessons.
But Brett, I put 100 and something in. Not quite as much as yours, unfortunately. That's a heavy hit. I get it. We have guys who put $1 million in at the top. We have one guy I know that he hasn't DCA'd back in.
They did that before they met us. I want to qualify that.
So they did, right. And so the thing is with that, if somebody had come in and done that, the advice that you need to advise on now, or not advice, but what you tell them that you would do, is that you would keep dollar cost averaging in, because you significantly reduce your cost basis. So that way, when we do start moving up, you're in profit and you get all that money back, right? That money comes right back to you, but you have to go in hard when we are in the bottom. So unfortunately, it's painful. And sometimes if, funds are hard to acquire at that point, it's like, okay, well, I want to go hard, but like I went hard then, and I'm like, I'm out of liquidity. How do I go hard now? And that's the part that, like, okay, well then, it's like you can go out and keep making money in the real world, keep flipping houses, whatever your stick is. and roll that in. You don't have to go as hard with the 420, but like you do significantly reduce the cost basis if you can get more money in here in the bottoms and the lows. It's massive. I'll tell you my story. I bought at 33 cents, about 120-ish K, one market order, man, right on Uniswap. Boom, Hex, $120,000, right? And it was like 33 cents. And my cost basis now is about 2.5 cents.
Yeah, like, mine's just a touch over. I'm about 2.5, 3 cents.
It's beautiful.
And that's combined Hex, so I'm just about even on that. Yeah.
So there you go. Sold 22 doors for that. That's
silly, brother.
I feel the pain. I really, really do. Do your best, whatever you can, to keep chunking money in without over leveraging yourself and overexposing yourself. I mean, I don't recommend going getting credit card loans for this stuff. Although you can get 0% loans. Obviously.
If you're going to do it, hey, there might not be no time like the present.
You can do that. And then it might be the best decision you ever made in your life, but that's definitely not financial advice.
No.
But do what you can to get in. I mean, HELOCs are great. I love HELOCs. Those are very responsible loans because, you know, the underlying asset is real estate. And so there's ways to get other funds in. Go out and do it without being unethical. Don't go sell drugs. Don't go join the Medellin cartel for this. You want to do it ethically, you know, but yeah, you got to do your best, man, to get it in right now. And still, even on Hex, man, if you look at Hex in comparison to where it's done over the last 4 years, the DCA right now is amazing. You can't argue that. Hex is awesome, whether you love P-Hex or E-Hex or both, which I have turned into a lover of both, by the way, guys. I used to be completely P-Hex. I changed my mind on that. I'm not listening. I make my own conclusions now. I've stopped listening to other people. I'm making my own conclusion. But yeah, if it's just P-Hex, it's fine. If you're looking at P-Hex, P-Hex is great. But you're still getting, man, you can bring that cost basis so incredibly down. Dane, didn't you make it like a spreadsheet one time where the numbers are automatically calculated, where you punch numbers in and it will spit out your cost basis? I know Vincent, one of our buddies in our group, has a spreadsheet like that. It's amazing, where you can put your buys in, and then you can see like, oh, my cost basis is 3 cents now, even though I started buying at 30, 40 cents. And then you go above 3 cents, literally your whole entire position is in profit. Like, dude, that's how you correct the bad and learn from the mistake. But if you walk away from the movie before it ends, you're gonna get wrecked. I mean, our buddy, one buddy, Dane, the one who runs that one mastermind, we're working on getting him in. Hopefully, we can get him in this next meetup in next month. He put $1 million in a Hex at 40 cents, $1 million, and he hasn't bought once since then.
Oh, he needs a dollar cost average that down.
He needs to get a clip in, even 10K, like a clip
could do a lot.
In. It would really bring it down. If you can get 100K, even better. Bring that shit all the way down. But we're gonna see him again this next month, and we're gonna be like, dude, come on, man, let's go. I want to get you to win. And Dane, we should bring that spreadsheet and show him the power, what he could do to get his $1 million back. Because literally Hex has to reach the all-time high again to get his $1 million back. Will it do it? I hope so. I've got faith that it can. But let's not gamble on that. Like, that's just I want to, like, hey man, if we get over 2 cents,
I want to be in profit a lot earlier.
I want to be in profit now, man.
Right.
I want to ride this up and be a fork the whole time, man. You know. So
some of you guys have. I mean, once again, we don't give financial advice here. One could consider doing these things, and me and Corey are not risk averse, and so take that into account for what we have to say. But man, like, you're not lying. Here's some different strategies of ways that you could be the bank, you could be the beneficiary of arbitrage, and capitalize on what's going on in the market.
There's another one that you can do. Get creative with it without just overexposing yourself too much. Be responsible with it, but you do got to get creative sometimes. Tap into liquidity that might 2x, 5x, 10x, 20x, who knows? Maybe 100x. I don't know. But just keep that in mind.
Yeah. This is a great question. Onboarding best friend, 75K worth of BTC. Nice. That's a
Powerful.
good clip.
That's a good
Thoughts
clip.
on diversification? Pulse X, PX, EX. Let's
Oh,
go.
he went in with that. Oh boy, good job, Cody Polly 68. You man, we love you for it and we appreciate it, and he's going to love you for it and appreciate it, especially at these bottoms. I mean, we've had one leg up. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
We've had one leg up the bottom. If you ask me, that's what we've done. There's a lot more to go, in my opinion.
So I will give you, I'll give you some of the sauce. So here's an example of a spreadsheet that we share with our guys in our community, where some of you may disagree with this, and that's fine. But here is a starting place that I really like for getting in the Richard Hart ecosystem. I
love that.
actually, between the hexes, I need to update this, but I split my P hex and E hex position, so I'm allocating 24%. So what is that? 12 and 12 E hex, P hex. But I think this is a pretty reasonable way to get started. Once again, take this all with a grain of salt. I could be completely wrong. This could all go to zero. Like you've got to make your own decisions. But this is a pretty reasonable way, in my opinion, to get started, where I want to make sure that our guys, when they come in, I want to give them wins as fast as possible, and I want to mitigate downside completely. So I'm not real interested in helping people get into a bunch of meme coins and things like that, even though there's going to be some meme coins that are going to blow this stuff out of water. You just don't know which one it is. And so I want to give them a proper approach where they can have some nice gains, they can feel good about it, and we can have ideally some safety. I feel really comfortable on all of these different cryptocurrencies. So this is, in my opinion, a really good place to grow from here. Yeah, what would you add?
And I am so bullish on this one, dude. It's not even funny. Sami did a video on it this morning, and once again, he's a builder and he's building everything out. And if he builds what he's been promising on, and he's really quiet right now, which is really, really like, okay, what's he doing? What's he doing? That'd be Icosa. I love Icosa.
Oh, it's flying.
I have a position, but still, it is still in its buy zone from the full all-time chart of, I'm talking about E Icosa. You can't really measure it from the P Icosa. From the E Icosa, I mean, not financial advice.
Let's look at it. I'll pull it up.
I'm going to agree with Sami on this one. Icosa has the potential and possibilities of reaching $20 a coin this market cycle.
$20 a coin, is that what you said?
$20 a coin.
Whew. Can you imagine?
Yep, we're at 20 cents right now. So, or it could be higher. It's a little higher. But watch the Sami video.
Is that 1,000x from here?
Watch this. It's 100. Watch the Sami video from this morning, and he really he did his due diligence on it. He did his due diligence on it. So, which we've all known for a long time and been following along. Alex is no joke. He's a builder. He's a beast. He believes in the ecosystem. Don't underestimate him. Don't underestimate him. So the lottery play still a little bit, kind of like Tetra is too. Tetra is still a little bit of a lottery play because they have to deliver what the intent is. They have to deliver on intent. But if they deliver on intent, it's over. It is over. And then also, Dane, I mean, just for fun, bro. Just for fun.
I bought a little ink last week.
I mean, just a little bit in the bag. I mean, Brizology's an ink token maxi, dude.
Hey, the way that price chart's been moving, I don't blame him.
He says it's the most beautiful logo in crypto. So, I mean, he's got something there. That's its utility. Its utility is the logo.
I like it. I like it. Yeah, this is spot on. It's remarkable how we're all trained in such a way where it's to do the best things for yourself. It's oftentimes the hardest, and buying when things are cheap. I can tell you guys from our experience, onboarding in the last 30 days since we've been on this pump has been so much easier than the last year and a half. It's been freaking wild. It's been wild. And it's only going to get easier. We just want to do our best to get people in when it's still a really healthy opportunity to get in. We're not interested in helping people buy the top. So man, yeah. Once again, not financial advice. You do whatever you feel like is best for these things that you believe in. In our opinion, there's not a better time than the present.
Yep, agreed 100%.
Yeah.
A lot of room to grow.
There's a good question. I'm not seeing it here, but oh no, it's right here. Crypto Dave. What changed your mind on EHEX? Yeah, what are your thoughts, Corey?
Man, I just I faded Sami when he was talking about it a lot, and I just faded it. Like listening to the smarter guys who are smarter than me in the crypto space who've been around for a long time. I won't mention any names, but they have their way, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. They're gonna make a lot of money, and I saw what EHEX did, man. I just it proved me wrong. And what I do as an investor, if you're wrong on something, you need to sit down and admit to yourself you're wrong on it and put your ego aside and learn from your mistake and then pivot from that. I mean, it's the same thing when you're investing in real estate. When you do something, you lose money. You got to go like, well, what the hell happened there? You need to learn from it, not blame other people. You don't blame other people and start calling people names on Twitter. Twitter is such a cesspool.
Oh man.
I saw this morning, man, I'm not gonna mention the names. These guys on there, especially one, he is just so toxic and he's just spitting puke from his mouth all day long. They need to go away. They can't take accountability from their own actions. These guys are horrible. But that's it, man. You got to take accountability and be like, okay, look, I was wrong on this. I'm gonna pivot. I'm gonna start doing what I'm gonna do. I'm not making it my main bag. You guys know my Pulse is my main bag. That's it. Like I'm a Pulse guy. That's the layer one. That's my store of value. But I'm not gonna fade EHEX, man. Look at the price chart. Go look at the chart. The thing is stupid. The bull flag after bull flag with all the other. It's got. Axis did a post last night on EHEX and the EHEX chart, and it looks like it's about to do a freaking 1000x. I mean, the thing is building up massive momentum. I don't know how high it will go. Who cares? If I get a 10x out of it, I'm happy. But if it goes higher, I'm even happier. I'm just not gonna fade it. So I topped up my bag there. I still have a little bit more PHEX than I do EHEX, but I topped it up, let it move. It's very low liquidity on Ethereum. We know what happens in low liquidity coins when whales want to move that coin. And so who knows if we get back to a parity again, which we saw it once already, guys. It wasn't quite parity, but it was, man, it was decimals away, close. If it does again, I probably will swap into my PHEX, because I feel like that for me is more of a longer term play, although EHEX will do fine. If Ethereum ever gets their act together, which I think they will eventually, whether it happens this cycle or next cycle, or with the gas fees, and it's like then the narrative of EHEX and the gas fees, that kind of goes out the window. I don't think Ethereum's going to keep gas fees high forever, although I could be wrong. Who knows? But I really believe that they won't. So
sure. Yeah, great question. Best way to buy Icosa. So you could go do a little bit of shopping. In fact, let's do a little bit right now on stream.
Well, Dane's gonna DCA with you guys here live.
I'm on my I only have my test wallet on this computer.
He's gonna dox your wallet. He's gonna dox the wallet and everything.
I mean, I could show you this one. I'm not doing it, but I don't have hard. I think I have like $2 in this account.
I mean, people will steal your $2.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will. But let's go and see. I mean, I'll show you exactly what I do to go and look to see where I'm going to buy. Let me share my screen. Let's go right here. So I like Piteous. Piteous is great. Yeah. But they don't necessarily always have the best deals. So this is where I like to go and check. Yes. But essentially, you can come in here. Let's just go from Pulse to Icosa. Let's just stick with. We're just going to go with Icosa on PulseChain, and let's try out. Let's say like. Let's do like. I'd like to do like $5,000. Let's do like $5,000-ish.
There'll be slippage.
Now it's this is not a particularly liquid coin. So we can go here, and while that's loading, I'm gonna go over here as well.
There she is. How much slippage is that showing, Dane? Whoa, It's not much.
It's not bad. You're only 1.5.
Wow, that's really remarkable. I remember when it was at its all-time lows.
Well, it's because they're going to move through the Fux pools where there's liquidity.
That's amazing. $1,000 at the low of Icosa, because one of our onboards, Dane, was buying a lot of it in the low. Man,
okay.
God bless his heart. He killed it. But he was buying $1,000 like 4 or 5 times a day, and it was printing green candles in the price chart, and someone would sell it down, and they would print a candle again, and they'd sell it down, and that's all he was doing. He did that for like a month. It was
really
brutal. Yeah. He built a massive Icosa bag up.
Does his name start with a V?
Yes.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Nice.
Yeah. So this is a $5,000 buy now. Doesn't even move the price chart anymore, which is, I mean, what is the market cap of Icosa now? Is it like probably 25 million or something? Slop would know it if he's in the chat still. I know he would know it.
And let's look. I mean, you can come in and just compare and contrast. So I'm looking at another place that I like. PulseX, the liquidity that are not Richards tokens tends to not be the best place. So we can come in and just look around. So that was 40 million Pulse. We get 18,122 Icosa. You can come over here and look at PHUX. We get, not a bad deal, but a little bit less, 18,009 Icosa compared to the 18,122. Piteous is pretty well where I'm buying everything.
Yeah, 95% of the time. I also check the Ominous DEX, which is another DEX aggregator, but they're not done building out all the
still
routing.
Building.
Yeah, in the background, and so like it's still not giving you the best deal most of the time. You are getting good. Sometimes you do get the best deal there, but it's check. I mean, when you're making a big buy, guys, if you're doing like, $5, $10, $15, $20,000 clips, like you want to shop around and find where you're getting the best bang for your buck. I mean, we love good deals, and I want to get as much as I possibly can for my dollar. So it takes you a minute to go here, go there, go over here, see who's giving you the best deal before you push the buy button. It's Ominous has limit orders. Festive Duel says, I love the fact that they have limit orders. I used it once, was very happy with it. The part I don't like is that you do lose your liquidity while you're in the contract. Yes, you can cancel it for a fee, and that's fine. But then like if you are looking, you have to go in there and take that liquidity out. Maybe you saw another opportunity and like you wanted to act on it quick, and your liquidity's locked up in there. It's like just got to manage it. But yeah, it's the first real way of doing limit orders on chain, and it works great.
Right. And you can see this is where like some shopping around could be really important. These guys are still building, so the limit orders will get much better, in my opinion. But you can see like the slippage here is pretty significant. You'd want to go, somewhere like Piteous. We looked at Piteous, PHUX, and Ominous. Piteous was the best deal in particular for Icosa.
That's
right
how
now. It can always change.
That was the old slippage for like if you'd have bought this a month ago. You'd have got this on all of them. Is at 21%, which makes it where you don't even want to. That's why I didn't really buy much more Icosa when it was at the bottom. I was like, I do $1,000 buy and I'm losing 5%. It's disheartening. I mean, obviously you now in retrospect, looking back, you're like, shit, I guess I should have done that. But I mean,
the times that they're the most illiquid is the best.
All right, says that all the time.
Right.
He says that all the time, man. Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta listen up a little more.
Yep. Cool, guys. Well, this has been great. We've got to jump off. We've got a busy day ahead, but we really appreciate you guys jumping on. We are going to be streaming, I think, just about all week this week. We're kind of back in the hopper and back in the office, which will be really cool. So catch us later this week. We've got some of you guys that are new. Make sure that you like and subscribe, all that type of stuff. We really appreciate you. Appreciate you guys being here. There's a handful of you over on my YouTube channel. We're going to push everything to our DeFi Crypto Alliance channel. And so make sure you go over there, you like and subscribe, all that stuff. Once again, we appreciate you guys.
I just want to say before we hang up the phone here, Dane, is that guys, please don't engage with the toxicity on Twitter right now. Don't even comment or give it, because it's fall for engagement farm. And for me, it's just the wrong way to build your audience and to try to get the liquidity over to what you believe in. And so just stay out of it, guys. I mean, it's horrible. It looks bad. It's bad for the community. It's bad for your mental and spiritual health. Stay out of it. And personally, if you see some toxicity that you don't want to pull up in your feed, Dane has been the master of this forever.
Your best friend.
You can block it and mute it, right? You just get it out of your site so you can stay positive and focus on what you love. But guys, don't get in that. It is so bad. It's just it's disgusting. So just want to say that we love all you guys. We love this community. 99% or we're 98, whatever it is, are absolutely amazing individuals in this community. This is the best community I've been part of. And so, let's go. I love the green candles, and we love you guys.
Yep, absolutely. Cool, guys. Have a great rest of your day.
Peace.